So what we're doing is we're heralding, announcing the coming of the next world, the coming of righteousness, the establishment of a righteous kingdom and the proper people. Abanawa Shabashamayim Kodash Haya Shamka Yahawa Malakwaka Taba'a Ratazaka Haya Aisha Ba'arataza Kawa Haya Bashamayim Nasalanawa Lakam Kal Yawam Wasalakanawa Khawabwat Nawa Kasalak Nawa Kawabwati Nawa Wala'a Tabaya Nawa Banasayawan Abo Haushai Nawa Mayan Rai Kaya Laka Hamalakwat Waha Allah Wahata Ba'aras La Iwalamil Aman.
After this manner therefore pray ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
But rather seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples to our younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. And what I want to get into today, okay, dealing with the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, all right, verse 2, you know, and the topic, as you can see, is called double famine, you know, because as we constantly see, you know, this intentional, you know, breakdown of the of the food supply chain, okay, the agriculture industry. As we see these things being broken down, we understand that famine, you know, is at the door. Okay, there's going to be a famine of food, but there's also going to be a famine of the word, and we're going to get into these things. And we go to Habakkuk 2 and 2, it says, and the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth. Okay, and the visions are all in the scriptures. You know, these books of the Bible, okay, you have the law, you got the history, and you have the prophets. Okay, then you have the New Testament, you know, epistles, but then also even Revelation, you know, is like another book of the prophet, you know, the prophet, all right, John, okay, John the Revelator. And what they wrote down were visions, you know, that they seen. And in this time, we're able to read these things and run with it because we have, you know, the full understanding, okay, of these visions, all right, that our forefathers saw, okay, because this would be the time when we would need, you know, full understanding. That's why scriptures say you have an unction from the Holy One and we know all things. Now, when you read verse 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And we're seeing prophecy speak, okay, louder and louder, you know. And when you see these things happening that are written, that's prophecy speaking, okay. There's prophecy, all right, coming on the scene, okay? And we will have to, hey, that our forefathers seen the times that we are in today, okay, and the times that we will go through, all right? So we have these things, as what, man? Okay, as a guide on how to move. Now, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And these things will happen, man. What's written in the scriptures will happen. Everything else has happened. Okay? How about Shema outside not going to stop now? Okay? Now, what I want to get is a couple videos, all right, off of, go to YouTube. Okay.
Hold on. Why would you purchase this kitchen utensil set for $30 on Amazon when you can purchase the exact same one?
They say there's other.
Now, this man has all type of excuses, for food shortage. Okay, so I'm going to play a little bit of this. Okay. This is from the Call for Another Rise. I say he's pretty diligent, keeping up. He's a Christian, so he goes off on spiritual things. Okay, but as far as current events, he has a pretty, accurate, perception. So, the new thing now is Subway is running out of sandwich meat due to the bird flu. Okay, and these devils will come up with anything. All they need something or someone to be a scapegoat, for all these things that they're intentionally doing, man. Okay, and now bird flu is on the scene.
It's talking about a great reset, that we're running out of food and water. But they're not running out of excuses as to why there isn't any food and water, and the supply chain as well. I mean, there's a lot of things. Russia, the 1-9er. Well, what's the latest U.S.? Sorry. It's the bird flu.
Chinese residents aren't the only ones in lockdown.
Yeah, farmers across the U.S. and Europe are keeping their organic and free-range chickens inside amidst the worst outbreak of avian influenza in years. More than 35 million birds have been wiped out this year alone in one of the worst bird flu outbreaks in U.S. history. In France, government officials are temporarily requiring farmers to keep their chickens indoors, as roughly 16 million birds have been culled due to the outbreak. Infections have also been reported in other European nations, including Britain, Italy, and Spain.
Joining us now is Dr.
Yeah, and these are all right, beast nations. Okay, when you go into the beast, okay, Revelation 17 had 7 heads and 10 horns. Okay, and you go into those 10 horns, those are those different EU nations, man. Okay, why is this happening in all these EU nations, man? Okay, because they want the EU nation to be the first, these EU nations, including America, to be at the forefront of this NWO, man. Okay, they're the ones that they know that they're gonna have to break. All right, the EU and America, they're gonna have to break them down in a particular way, because this first world privilege, all right, that the West, has pretty much enjoyed. Okay, and that first world privilege, all right, that first world privilege, is finna be removed, man. And they're gonna blame it, like I said, on the bird flu, on the, on the 1-9, okay, Russia, Ukraine, whatever they can blame it on. But as long as they got a scapegoat, they're gonna go forward with the agenda, man.
Dr. William Schaffner. He's a professor of infectious diseases at the Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Dr. Schaffner, welcome. It's always great to have you with us. So can you explain exactly why U.S. officials are encouraging farmers to keep their chickens inside, and French officials are going so far as to require it?
Yeah, so Tanya, influenza viruses obviously can affect birds, not just domestic poultry, but wild birds. And the wild birds are the great distributors of this virus during their migratory flights. And so the authorities are saying keep those domestic fowl indoors so that these migratory birds don't come down and mingle with your chickens and ducks and geese and spread the virus to them and then fly off. So we're trying to protect the agricultural industry, trying to protect those domestic ducks, chickens, turkeys, and the like.
Dr. Schaffner, the CDC, as you know, confirmed a case of the bird flu in a Colorado man last week. This is the first person in the U.S. and only the second person ever to test positive for the virus. Any reason why people should be concerned here?
Not really, because what we know so far is that these bird flu viruses are not readily transmitted to people and certainly not from person to person. There is the occasional person who has very close contact with infected birds where this virus can go, for example, from a chicken to an individual and cause illness in that person. But there's essentially no risk of spread to other people at the present time. So the World Health Organization is watching this around the globe, and if anything changes, we'll be the first to know.
So, Doctor, in terms of curbing the spread of the outbreak,
people at the present time. So the World Health Organization is watching this around the globe, and if anything changes, we'll be the first to know.
Look how this nigga look, man. Look how this nigga look that's telling you the direction you need to go as far as health, man. Okay? Look at this nigga, man. Esau just put these people on stage, okay? Because, you know, niggas just put on a lab coat. Nigga probably got on, okay, gym shorts under there, some flip-flops. Nigga just put on a lab coat. They record his upper half, and this is the nigga that's telling you how to move, okay, as far as health, man. Okay? Boy.
So, Doctor, in terms of curbing the spread of the outbreak, is it just as simple as keeping the chickens inside the coop?
Well, that's the main thing. Now, if your flock does become infected, it can produce disease and obviously be the source of infection for flocks in the neighborhood. So then all those birds have to be put to rest. And that, of course, is not good for the birds, and it's not good for the farmer either.
Right. I wonder about all those free-range labels on organic egg cartons we see these days. They might not be accurate right now. Isn't that true?
Not quite as free as it used to be.
Yes, that's right. The bird.
So, you got that. Now they blame it, like I say, food shortage, the bird flu, so many millions, of chickens being put to death. Okay? And those America's a society based on chicken, man. All this, sports bars, especially now, with the, sports games, but 2 for 1 wings on Buffalo Wild Wings, this society is based off chicken wings, man, chicken. You see? But he has something to blame it on, and he's using it to his advantage, man. To destroy, okay, food in the earth, man. But then you have Bill Gates, who has brought all this farmland, to do what, man? They want to be the sole provider of food. They want to be gods in the earth, man. Okay, they want to control your thoughts. You got Elon Musk with the Neuralink, where he's just the face of it. Okay, they want to control your purchasing, with the Karagma. All right, and they want to control, your food source. Okay, and in New World Order, ain't no farming. All right, you're gonna get your recommended, okay, portion, all right, of food, man. The New World Order is terrible, man. But he's gonna package it as this futuristic, convenient, next level, thing. Okay, now let's get this. Now this is Dabu, okay, and letting you know that this thing is intentional. So the bird flu is destroying the chickens, Okay, people running out of meat. Subway almost out of meat. All right, and now look what's being attacked. Okay.
This is Dabu 7. We have a big cyber attack that has stifled the operations here at AGCO. This is a top tractor maker in the company. And guys, this is the beginning of them attacking the agricultural sector, for sure. We just had the FBI warn about this last week, or just a few weeks ago. They warned about increased cyber attack threats on agricultural companies, and here we go. This exact thing is happening. Regardless of who's behind the curtain in doing it, it's happening. Your everyday average Joe out there not seeing this, realizing this, in most, they're not going to care until the lights go out or they can't use their bank card. And then it's going to be too late. Trap set. Well, we've seen hospitals get hit. We've seen like every single business sector, except for the big agricultural ones, get hit at this point. Now it's happening. They're saying that they got hit. It's going to take some time to try to get things back online the right way. If they can get everything back online the right way. And, I mean, it's begun, along with all these other things that we've always warned about. It's like everything is getting put into motion, one by one by one. And it's going to be a compounding event. All in all, when a big dog event comes through on top of all these little things that add up, it's going to be done. All we could do is warn folks, say, hey, this is what's happening. Hope that folks have the eyes to see what's going on here and have a plan. So I kick these videos out there as a heads-up warning. Then I try to break everything down in more extensive detail on the live streams where I have time to do it, censorship-free. And that's where the truth comes out. Straight up. Man, join us over there. You'll find links below.
So as they, you have an attack. Okay, the bird flu is, destroying, the chicken, the poultry. All right, now is a cyber attack. Ironically, it's a cyber attack, at the same time on a tractor industry, which plays a major part, okay, in agriculture, man. Okay, so we can see that these things are being done, all right, intentionally, man. Now, when you get the book of Ezekiel, see that it's a great suffering coming to America, man. Okay, because America has been the most spoiled nation in the earth. Okay, and you Israelites, all right, that are asleep in a time when we need to be more aware than ever. Okay, in the spirit, all right, it's gonna slap you in the face, man. Okay, these prophecies is gonna slap a lot of people in the face, man. Okay, and a lot of people are finna suffer in the coming future, man. And it's the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai. He's doing it. He's putting the spirit on Esau Edom to do this, man. As you read Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 16, it says, when I will send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be their destruction. Okay? The Most High is sending these things, man. Okay? He's using Esau on the left-hand side to prepare famine in the earth, man. And then you have natural events that, Esau's not controlling, that the Most High is pretty much speeding up, the process of famine, man. Okay? Now, we know Esau, he can manipulate the weather to an extent, but then, hey, how about Shema Shai does what he wants to do in the earth, man? Okay? And even when Esau manipulated, it's the Most High that allows him to do that, that gives him the instruction to do that, man. To attack the agriculture. Okay, so it all goes back to Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why he's taking the claim for what's going on, man. Ezekiel 5 and 16, it says, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. He said, will increase the famine on you. So it's going to get worse and worse, man. You see, the famine it's going to start off, It's gonna be mild, then it's gonna get severe, and then it's just gonna get a critical, man. Okay, it's gonna be critical, man. Cannibalism, okay, people starving to death. All right, and it says, "So I will send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, have spoken it, man." You know, man, it's gonna be a bad time, man. You gonna have people starving, people, shooting each other up, over food. Okay, troops coming in while you starving, and you down there dead, and then troops come in, take you to you in the back of a damn MRAP, starving, man, on the way to a concentration camp. Hey, how about Shema Shai had some horrible times planned, man. And especially for you tribes, man, they refuse to get it, man. Okay, they refuse to get in order, man. Okay, now let's go here. Let me see. I know it's on Let's see. Now, let's go to how they finna pretty much set up the the famine of the word. Now let's get this article first, real quick. All right. Now this is on Blacklisted News, and it says you've been flagged as a threat. Predictive AI technology puts a target on your back. It said the government solution to a problem is usually as bad as the problem, and very often makes the problem worse. All right. It said before long, every household in America will be similarly, all right, flagged and assigned a threat score. Without ever having knowingly committed a crime or been convicted of one, you and your fellow citizens have likely been assessed for behaviors the government might consider devious, dangerous, or concerning. Assigned a threat score based on your associations, activities, and viewpoints, and cataloged in a government database according to how you should be approached by police and other government agencies based on your particular level. You see that? It's finna get crazy, man. This man wants to monitor people with his AI, and we know he gonna manipulate it. All right, to do what, man? First, I'll come against the word, okay, and then anyone else that's against, all right, his status quo, his agenda, that don't want to worship the image of the beast, man. That's not down, all right, with what this man is bringing. Okay, it says if you're not unnerved over the ramifications of how such a program could be used and abused, keep reading. It's just a matter of time before you find yourself wrongly accused, investigated, and confronted by police on a data-driven algorithm or risk assessment called together by a computer program run by artificial intelligence, man. Okay, and it talks about this guy that was wrongfully accused. This you have this spotter. Okay, where they supposed to hear gunshots and tell you where they come from, and this is all BS, man. This man has cameras where he can see the shoot. He can see every shooting that happened, man. Okay, this man has cameras that can zoom in on the nickel on the ground. Okay, but then he acts like he has to have all these different, AI algorithms, to catch people. No, man, it's all a gimmick to remove, all right, that unwanted word, man. Okay, any opposition, all right, to his agenda. You see, so you go from there, and you gotta put these things together, So when you go from there, let's listen to this.
Why do you think misinformation is now the leading cause of death?
Misinformation the leading cause of death in the U.S.
In the U.S.
First of all, thanks for having me on, and I'm glad to be able to talk about such an important and critical topic. I have to acknowledge there's no way to quantify this, so I can't say, the numbers come out just like we would heart disease or cancer. But let's look at it. We're in a country now which is seeing an erosion in our life expectancy. So that we're now living on average 5 years shorter than the average of other high-income countries. Now, of course, these are all based on estimates, but this is quite disturbing. And as you correctly pointed out, let's look at the causes of death. As you correctly said, heart disease, cancer, COVID, much of this is common chronic disease that we know a lot about how to treat. And of course, with COVID, the situation is we know that if you're vaccinated and up to date with your vaccinations, you have a 90% reduction in the risk of death. And then if you are unlucky enough to get infected or unfortunate enough, another 90% reduction in death with the antivirals, which are now available. So almost no one in this country should be dying from COVID if we were up to date on our vaccinations and got appropriate antiviral treatment. What has concerned me for a long time before the pandemic is that we're seeing this reduction in life expectancy from common diseases like heart disease. I'm a cardiologist by training. Right. We know so much about what to do to prevent bad outcomes from heart disease. But somehow the messages, the reliable, truthful messages are not getting across, and it's being washed out by a lot of misinformation, which is leading people to make bad choices that are unfortunate for their health.
Why do you think misinformation is now the leading cause of death in the U.S.?
First of all, thanks for having me on, and I'm glad to be able to talk about such an important and critical topic.
That's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. I end with this precept here from the brother, the hopeful elect. Misinformation, the leading cause in death. Okay, that's another angle that he's taking to do what? Remove the word. So you have, okay, this BS AI system that he wants to put in place. Okay. Then you have this propaganda of misinformation is the leading cause of death. But what about your misinformation? Okay. Then, okay, even the donkey. You hear the donkey. Okay. What about your misinformation, man? Okay. Everyone tired of this nigga, man. Okay. Get it. Thank the brother. I might have lost it. Yo, this the brother, the hopeful elect 3. It says in this Daniel 8:25, it says, through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. All right, and this happened to Antiochus Epiphanes. Okay, but this is gonna happen, all right, to the ruling elite of this time, man, because they're the one causing craft, all right, to prosper in their hand. And they have such a subtle way of putting it. Okay, saying, well, misinformation the leading cause of death because misinformation is stopping people from getting the juice, and if you get the juice, you won't die. Okay, you pushing the juice is like like immortality, man. Like people don't die anyway. Come on, man. All right. So Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you few sisters were edified. Just want to bring that out. There's a lot going on. It's gonna be a famine of the word. There's gonna be a famine, of food, man. Okay. Matter of fact, let me get that. I gotta get that as I mentioned it. Okay. Yeah, get that Amos 8:11 real quick. All right, this is the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11. It says, behold, the days come, said the Lord, power, that I will not, all right, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And these people finna be through, People are finna have no physical food, all right? And people are not partaking in the spiritual buffet now. So they're going to be malnourished, all right, in every way, in the flesh and in the spirit, okay? And we see the build up to them both, all right, as we continue to watch, all right, and pray as well. So Lord will you brothers and you few sisters edify till next time I say shalom.